Welcome back to Girl Talk 801. We're here today with
the Pho3nix Child, your homegrown cryptid queen thing. What's up?
And who else?
This is Rel.
This is Rel Poet from Salt Lake City, Utah. It's my cousin Pho3nix Child. Let's go.
Hey. All right, so today we're just going to get to know Pho3nix Child a little bit. We're going to have her back on the show. I also want to go to one of your performances and see if we could get that live or something, because I've seen a couple of your shows already. I've seen you perform at I don't know what it was called, but it was like a fashion show.
The Chosen Collective.
Yes, yep. The Chosen Collective. I saw that. I've seen a couple of your other performances. And you do good every time.
Thanks.
I love your energy, girl. Thanks. I love it. I
appreciate it.
I do want to start out by saying, where did you get the name Pho3nix Child? Where did you come up with that?
So, the Pho3nix Child came pretty much this is crazy because I don't really tell this story a whole lot.
Oh, we get juicy already.
My family knows it, because they were around when I got that name.
Okay.
So pretty much I had done some fucked up shit in my life, in my opinion, not my best moment at all.
Okay.
Probably my worst moment. I won't get into the details of it, but I was on some really not even morally acceptable with myself kind of levels. And I was staying with my friend, and we were watching Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. And it was the part where Dumbledore's phoenix burned.
Okay.
And when I saw the phoenix come out of the ashes, I just started crying.
Oh, so something clicked for you.
Yeah, because I had gone through a few different names. And in that moment, I guess I just realized that I was going to allow myself to not feel like a piece of shit.
Okay.
And just come back from it and get to a point of respect within myself and within my family and community where people knew that they were never going to see that side of me again.
Right. Okay.
And also that you can always come back from your shit.
Hey, that's good though, because I know that the phoenix, I guess I don't know if it's a symbol or what, but it's more or less a regrowth. You start from the bottom, you get to where you need to be. Yeah. So that's a strong ass name. Strong
and
name.
And just I guess child of the phoenix, because I can't actually materialize into a phoenix, which is in my nerdiest of moments what I would like.
Yeah.
But since I can't do that, I guess I'll just take being the human version.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. You gotta take what you can get. It's not always peachy keen over here.
And also because I get mad.
Everyone does. I feel for me at least, if you're not in touch with your emotions, that's a problem.
Yeah, and I just talk to people who know me. If you're lucky enough to, experience me in my full form, you will see that I take my shit very serious. And also coming into the Salt Lake City music scene back in the day of I'd say, when was it? Maybe 2013, 14.
Oh, wow. You started
before I turned 21.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it was around that.
So I got my first official show when I was 21. But back then, especially, there was literally 3 girls in the whole scene. There was Odyssey, who is a friend of ours from Ogden. And there was, what was that? Oh, Lady Lavish.
Lady Lavish.
And she's from Magna, I believe, and me. And it was we were all trying to get on stages, and they were just really gatekeepy about it. And so at first I was trying to be nice, and I was please let me on your stage. And then I kind of had to turn up on them a little bit because I had never performed.
Right.
So people didn't want someone who they knew that this is their first time on the mic. Mm-hmm. They didn't want to see that. So it was a lot harder to be a newer artist just going to a group of people with integrity and being hey, I have good music, let me on your shit. Because that's what everybody was saying. That's what everyone was trying to do. So I guess part of the Pho3nix arose from my, anger. Because I'd be let me on that fucking stage.
That's one thing that I've noticed with Utah. It's just when you have a local artist that really wants to be a part of the scene and wants to progress in their music, people hate that. Like, unless it's not something catchy or fucking trap music or shake your ass music, like, people don't really want to give you the time of day. And, like, I don't know if y'all noticed that, but I've noticed it. I don't even do music, and I've noticed it. Like, that shit,
Look, like, the thing is about Utah is, like, we've had famous people come from here.
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
There have been bands, comedians,
Imagine Dragons.
Also Chelsea Grin. They're a metal band,
I was gonna say Chelsea.
They
Grin.
were from Utah. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Used.
Yes,
they're
I have
from
heard
Utah.
The Used.
Okay, Roseanne was from Utah with her racist ass, but still.
Shout out Roseanne.
What we have not had, and I would. This is debatable, so I don't know who's watching my live, but I know this is debatable when you say, like, we haven't really had, like, that rapper.
We haven't.
We had, like, there was once upon a time, I know that there was an artist named James the Mormon that got on BET back in the day, but, like, where's he at? I know that I've seen some articles about him and stuff, but it's not carrying enough to open the door, because, like, when NWA came out, were you guys just listening to them? Like, no, you want to know, like, okay, who's in your whole entire city?
Right.
It doesn't matter if the person who blows up from Utah is, like, a massive hater. Like, they're still going to open the door for everyone else.
Absolutely.
So it's just hard when you're encountering, like, people who want to gatekeep shit, because the thing about it is, it doesn't matter how much you want to gatekeep somebody from something and you want to close the door.
Right.
If you make enough noise and you build enough, like, rapport and reputation just within your own movement, like, okay, fuck you, I'm gonna go to this show. One of my biggest shows was an open mic that was held on, like, Juneteenth, like, after they did it's a federal holiday now.
Yeah.
They had, like, a protest turned concert out here, and I was up their ass. Like, I was literally like, let me on that fucking stage for, like, 3 hours. And that's where I picked up a lot of my, like, I guess, reputation was from that performance, because I was, like, not playing with them at all.
Yeah.
You know, and it was, like, maybe 2,000-3,000 people at that show, so
shit.
I was like, get me on the fucking stage now!
No, I don't blame you. I feel
sometimes you gotta put the nice shit aside, and that's the thing about me, is, like, I have committed to, in my artistry, in my life, being me.
Yeah.
100%. Because of the fact that my shit is so blasted. Okay, I've got family doing this shit. It's not just me. It's also my cousin Ro Poet. It's also my brother Martian, who's a part of Terrestrial Souls, and, you know, he dropped a music video today. Like, we're all doing this shit. So I feel like we get more eyes because we operate as a unit. Like, we are all at each other's shows. We're all pulling up to see me do a battle, to see them do a performance. Like, so you really gotta, like, stand for what you believe. And the thing is I'm not afraid to not kiss somebody's ass to do what I need to do. And I feel like that's what separates me from a lot of artists out here, is that people know that they're not getting that from me.
Right.
And you know what? It's all good, because at the end of the day, like, I do a lot of things that just completely go unnoticed. And when it's not the cool thing to do, or when it's not the rapper, the hip-hop-esque thing to do, nobody wants to give a fuck about that. When I get up on the stage and I sing acoustic, and people are telling me, like, oh, you need to, you know, edit your music or do whatever, this and that, because it isn't going to align with the vision of the show. They don't know that as much as I'll tell you, like, I don't give a fuck if you shake your ass at the camera, I'm going to punch you in the face. Like, I might say that, but I might also start singing acoustic love songs to my brothers. Like, you don't know what you're getting. You know?
Shit's just gonna be crazy anytime.
Exactly. Like, I might pull up a whole acoustic set just because you was talking shit to me. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you thought I was just gonna swear all the time. Now I'm singing fucking Pho3nix remixes and shit. I swear to God.
I do want to talk about one of your songs, and it's one that's kind of stuck with me for a while. Just as I see, like, you post and you're very open about, you don't need to sexualize yourself. You don't need to put on this front that you're not. And I love that 100%. I love people being who they are. But the song I want to talk about is ABG. What made you write that? Because that shit, I heard it and I'm like, damn, girl, like, you was going in.
I guess it was just, like, first of all, it's my experience as, like, a rapper in Salt Lake, like a female rapper in Salt Lake, and how it makes me feel.
Yeah.
Like, and also thinking about just being a black woman and the stereotypes that you have to deal with, especially in a fucking hella Mormon state like Utah.
Period.
Like, people get so mad when a black woman opens their mouth and just has something to say. They're like, oh shit, here we go. Yeah. And like, I also, you know, I deal with mental illness. I was in a car accident. I have a TBI. Like,
oh shit.
I'm not a very hinged person, you know? Yes. So I just am who I am. And on top of that, like, I'm really not that. And I feel like I'm speaking for not just me, but also like a bigger community of hip hop artists that are females that go unnoticed. Mm-hmm. Because when you ask a guy, oh, well, who do you like that's a female rapper? Name one, like, right now female rapper that you like. A lot of the times what you'll encounter is that people who actually listen to hip hop, they don't give a lot of like love to the female rapper space because of what is seen. Mm-hmm. But we could talk about it. Like, artists like Meg Thee Stallion, yeah, it uses her body to get you guys to listen, but people still don't want to listen. She's a good rapper.
Same. But every song sounds the same.
She's a good rapper.
She is.
She rarely shakes her ass. Lotto. Yes, she was twerking on the jet. She's done a whole lot. But she is a good rapper. People don't give these rappers credibility because they don't like what they see. Do you think as a female that I want to go listen to The Chronic by Dr. Dre front to back while I'm sitting in my room by myself, like just chilling? No. Like, no, I don't want to do that because it makes me feel like I'm compromising my own integrity. Right. When I thought about like what I wanted to make as music, first thing I thought about was that I wanted to make music that was appealing to everybody. Mm-hmm. But then I wanted to make music that sounded like hip hop. That wasn't just like, oh, well, I'm a girl, so this is girl rap, this is female rap. No, this is just rap. This is just hip hop. It is what it is, and like, it's not for everybody. ABG wasn't for everybody, but if I could break it down, I guess like part of it was about that, being told that I have to be a certain way at a show. Yeah. Because like, how I feel is if you've hit me up to be on your event, that means you've honored me by exploring my music enough to where you want to put me on your event. Right. If you're not, sorry, hold on, will you fix this? We got a couple lives going. Sorry, my shit's acting all crazy, but like, I would hope that you've listened to my music.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But that's not always the case.
And that's what's sad is I do see that, like, even as a podcaster, like I'm just starting out. I'm not gonna claim like I'm this, I know it all. I really don't. But you can tell when someone is interviewing someone that's actually invested the time into learning that person, and when they don't, and that shit is just unfortunate for yourself because you're setting your whole podcast up for failure, and that's also unfortunate for the artist because you're wasting their time. If you're not doing the footwork, don't fucking do it. Like, if your heart's not in it, don't do it. It's no point. Like, it's really no point. We're not here to waste nobody's time, especially not me. Like, I love your music. That's why I got you on here. I don't like to just have anybody on here. Like, if you a singer, you a rapper, cool, good for you. Anyone could do it. Everyone's doing it now. I want somebody that has some substance, someone that has, like, they're speaking a message. And every song that I've heard of you, it has a message in it.
Thank you.
And you don't see that.
Well, I mean, like, you know, like, I just, like, if you ask anyone in my life that, like, got to see me before I got on a stage, it's actually crazy because, like, this was never, like, what I was, like, ever thought I would be doing. Right. Like, I used to just write poetry and just be like, I was scared to get into freestyle circles. Now I'm like, I'll chase my friends down in front of people with the mic. I'm like, as you should, you know, as you should. But you know, it's about not telling me what to say when I get on your stage. Right. Because, like, listen to my music beforehand, because if not, like, that gets to me. Like, I want to say it hurt my feelings, but it does. Like, because, like, okay, so what was the issue? You're telling me, like, the day before the show or the day of the show that I can't say fuck on your stage because your kids are going to be there when I just performed my whole set as is for my 1-year-old niece? Right. Like, come on. If she's fine with it, I get it. I understand that, like, some people just, like, curse words or whatever it is. But, like, listen, if you have booked me on your event You should have understood that about who I am ahead of time, or maybe when you came and saw me perform, you weren't listening.
Facts.
Second of all, you're lip syncing on stage. You could, it's rappers too. It's not just singers. You'll go, and that's why people have such an issue with people performing with their backup vocals. Here's the thing. If you come to my set, come to my set. The next time you come to my set, do I perform with my backup vocals? Yeah. On every track, mastered, because I sing in the background. It changes the song, okay? And I'm firmly convinced that it is not about how you perform or what track you use. Or it's not about what track you use, it's about how you perform and your conviction during your performance.
Absolutely.
Okay? It doesn't matter if you have your backup vocal playing. And I know that fucking makes some people itchy, okay? But guess what? It doesn't matter. What matters is how you perform on that stage. If you get up there and you fuck it up and then you're completely lost because maybe you're doing a new song and now you're like, fuck, I knew I shouldn't have performed this song. That's what's going on in your head. You're like this. The music is still playing. People are still watching you. Versus if you have your backup track, you lost yourself for 2 seconds. Now you can pick yourself back up. If you bring that energy back up, you're good to go.
Right.
And then third, stop trying to gentrify the hip hop message in Salt Lake. Point blank, period. I don't give a fuck whose grandma is at the gateway while I'm on stage. I don't give a fuck what rich white person moved to fucking Salt Lake 3 years ago and now the housing market prices are going up. I don't care. Hip hop artists fought super fucking hard to be on main stages. We fought our asses off just to be able to have venues, period. Like Urban Lounge, who back in the day told me that they didn't want hip hop performing there because it was too violent and too much drugs and all this and that. It's all good. But don't try and make me gentrify my message now that you've understand the message of hip hop more, now that you're more okay with it.
Right.
I'm still gonna get up there and do who I am. That's a message to the local festivals too. Like, don't get me on your show unless you've listened to my shit. And if you have, please understand that if you want me to censor my shit, you should tell me that when you're sending me the contract to be on your show, not the night before or the day of.
Right. No, I agree.
That's the message of ABG. And also, stop shaking your ass. You don't need to. You can if you want. You could all do it around me and I wouldn't judge you. I could go to a club with girls that are twerking and doing the splits. I've had it on stage with me as dancers. But will you ever see me do that? No. There's way more ways to be sensual and to be enticing outside of aggressive ass shaking. I've always believed that. I do believe you will see a sexier side of the Pho3nix Child, but you will never see me do that.
Hey, that's fair though.
Period.
That's fair. I mean,
that's
I
the
respect
message
it.
of ABG, I guess.
I respect it. I like that
In
though.
a really long sentence.
It's a good message, and I seen you over there shaking your head, so I'm already knowing that you've probably seen her go through some shit, like just maybe performing or being on stage. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen my cousin perform ever since she started, you know, back in the Dog Pound days.
Okay.
Long time ago. I mean, I would have to say I've seen her perform about 30 times now.
Oh shit. How would you compare her first performance to now? Like any recent one compared to the first one?
Oh, it's at 100, but I would always tell my cousin that there's always room for improvement too, but I mean, the way she has her conviction down, so I would place that at 100, but you can always go higher. You know,
hey,
we're not here to.
You can always do better. Always do better.
Yeah.
So with that being your cousin, do you guys have any songs together? Or you like?
We actually used to be in a group.
Oh, what's that? What was the group?
It was called 2020 Vandal Visionaries, and it was with me, my brother Martian, and this one right here, my cousin Ro Poet.
Okay.
We all used to perform together. It was mostly him and my brother. But when we were on stage, it was like we were always on stage together as a unit.
Yeah.
So
The good old
that
days.
was cool. Yeah. I've still got some of the merch. Like, I've still got some of our old t-shirts, you know?
Yeah.
My brother has one. I have one. And if you go, fun fact, if you know how they do that thing on KRCL where they mash everyone's name?
Uh-huh.
They have us as 2020 Vandal Visionaries. So it's not, like, separated, you know? And we had already been, like, individual entities for like 2-3 years at that point. We were like, I'll take it. Fine.
Let's just do it.
You know what? That's how they remember it, you know?
I love that. I love that. So a couple of things that I've seen, like every time you perform, you are just dressed up to a point
What up,
of
Paige?
like
What up?
godliness. Like I don't even know how to explain it because you're not showing too much. You are still, I don't want to say conservative, but you're fully covered, but you have this like angelic glow about you. Do you make your own accessories and like how do you get that style?
The crowns, yes, I make those by
They're
hand.
beautiful. I love them.
I've only not made one that people have seen me in, and that was the one that I wore for the March 2024 showcase, with
Okay.
the SLC showcase. That one, I bought that because I didn't have time. Okay.
Hey, fair. Do
And
what you gotta
look,
do.
you can buy it for $35 somewhere. I won't give the exact, I'm pretty sure y'all get the idea, but don't be jocking my shit, okay? But like,
I seen on your
you
page.
can buy them online, but I do make them.
I was gonna say, yeah, I seen on your page you were doing a little tutorial.
Yeah.
Would you, I just kind of like throwing it out there, would you prefer people make them themselves or would you prefer them to get them made through you, make a little money in your pocket?
I would make them, but the thing is that they're hard. And if I have a show coming up, you're gonna see like the not so like community side of me. I'll be like, fuck you, you have to wait a few weeks. Or like,
Just stressed, right?
what happens when all of a sudden everyone's got Halo crowns on?
Hey, they
I've always thought about doing
a
a workshop where I have people come in, I buy the supplies, and I teach them how to make them, especially because like the drag community, they fuck with the crowns.
Oh yeah. Oh,
That was
yeah.
actually kind of what inspired it. It was because I was opening as a musician for drag queens so much, and I would just show up like this, and they'd be like,
Gotta come with some flair.
dressed
girl.
like fucking Lord of the Rings characters and shit. I'd be like, God damn, like I need to step my style up. So I started going a little harder in that regard. But the crown is definitely something, especially like I don't talk much, especially if I'm in a new environment. Like if it's a bunch of new people that I haven't met, I'm not going to be talking. If I'm walking around with the crown on my head, you know I'm there for something, or like
Something's
obviously
going on.
I'm just completely nuts. But
It's
it
your
puts that
statement
question
piece.
in people's heads. So I really like that because I feel like a lot of rappers don't think about their performative aspect very much.
Absolutely.
And I like to show that I can do that.
No,
I like
that's
a
good.
performance. You know?
I like someone that can, and I guess tap into their individuality and make something special. Because like you said, there's artists doing the same shit. All these artists shaking their asses, doing all this shit. That shit is played, bro. We saw it. We seen it. We don't want to see it no more. I want to see some real substance.
Yep.
And this goes for both of you. I don't know if you have performed yet, but if
he
you
has, yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, you did tell me that. I apologize. But where is your favorite place to perform at for both of you?
My favorite place, well, bro, you go first. Where's your favorite place to perform?
Or if you don't have one, just a place you've liked.
I mean, I just performed last night at this place called Entropy Inc.
Oh,
And
have a
it was
cool
the
stage.
tallest stage I've ever been on. It was
were you like everyone looking like ants in
It
the
was
bottom,
tall.
like the
It was tall, y'all.
was
Just a good
cool.
environment. You know, they had hip hop. They had some punk rock. They had some indie. You know.
Ooh, a
Just
whole
the-
mixture.
Yeah, the environment was, very welcoming and the biggest stage. I mean, the tallest stage I've ever been on. So, but besides that, I would say I don't know. Metro.
Yes.
Okay, I like Metro.
Okay, I'm gonna come in now. My favorite place to perform at is definitely Metro. They have the best sound. Like, you won't beat their sound. Like, you just can't. You could go to any venue. Metro, just their sound system is so good. Like, you can literally hear yourself like clear as day. And they have a screen, like a projector screen. So
Yeah.
and TVs. So like you can have visuals playing on the whole
Love
screens,
that. It
which
sets
was
the whole vibe. It sets the whole
excuse
vibe.
me. Yeah, I love it there, but sometimes their staff is a little. But I love performing there. But they're not very nice all the time. Not all the time, but I'll still go there and I would still perform there honorably and happily. But sometimes I'm like,
You just want to backhand them.
Yeah.
You gotta keep your pimp hand strong sometimes. Sure. We do over here at the Girls Talk 801.
but don't take it personal. I'm just saying, like, sometimes, and that goes back to like the gatekeepiness of our community. Because, when I have certain experiences there, I feel like I'm not receiving the same love that I would receive if I was under certain promoters. Because then you're with a promoter that's there all the time. And then all of a sudden everything's great and everyone's nice and you can go upstairs and you can bring your friends and they're playing your music and then you show up by yourself and it's like, oh, you can DJ, right? And I'm like, wait, hold on. Like, that's a lot of money. What am I doing here for that amount?
How do you feel about having to pay, I guess, to be in front of a crowd or to just perform?
I feel like it's hella exploitive and terrible of people to ask for that. And every time that I've ever been asked to pay to play, I never looked at that person the same. I'm gonna be honest. But have I done it? Yes, because I did this one show at the Loading Dock and it was just
pay to be there.
Or no, not the Loading Dock.
I was gonna say
Liquid Joe's.
Okay, that makes more
Liquid
sense.
Joe's.
Yeah,
but I had done a show there where I paid like $50 to the guy that was hosting the show to be on stage. I showed up with the mindset of like, okay, I'm gonna see what the crowd is like. I'm gonna see how people are reacting or what people are thinking or feeling about the show in general before I decide whether or not I'm gonna pay.
Right.
I'm sorry, y'all. I sound like shit right now. Good. When I saw the amount of people there, like you're talking Liquid Joe's, there was at least 150 people there.
Yeah, Liquid Joe's gets packed.
So I did. I paid to play on that stage. But I do think it's exploitive as fuck of people in Salt Lake and Ogden and all these people, especially the people that are bringing underground rappers like Kasky to Salt Lake to have them play here and then getting people excited about it to tell them that they have to pay $100+ to get on your stage. Like, that's bullshit. If you're hitting me up to perform, again, I would assume that you like my music. I would assume that you think that I can control the crowd well and you think that maybe I might bring you some money. You don't need to be exploiting the artists out here to get good performances on your stage. You need to go to more shows and see who's actually doing their thing on those stages, because you go to my Instagram and shit, you won't see a whole bunch of likes and like comments and shit like that. I'm generally pretty quiet. I promote here and there. I'm not like doing my thing all the time, right? But you come to my show, that's where you're gonna see where I'm thriving. Right. So do I feel like I belong on bigger stages? Yeah, and I probably would put in heavier amounts of promotion for those stages. But I do think it's exploitive as fuck for people to be asking for pay to play out here. We are all doing the same thing, and I should not be lining your pockets when we both have the same goals in mind. That's just fucked up. If we all work together more, you make me work harder on promotion, I make you work harder on promotion, we both are doing the same thing to align with that goal. Eventually it's going to get to the point where we are able to charge for tickets, and then I can pay you based off just because. Right. Just because we made money. Yeah. Like, people perform for my shows. I do the Zodiac. I cannot pay people because I am broke as fuck. Right. Like, just straight up honest. Like, I'm way too broke to be paying people. Especially because I don't charge for my shows. If I was able to charge $25 a ticket, or $10 or $15, $5 even, and pack out the venue, I can hand everybody something at the end of the night. We don't need to line our own pockets for no reason. That's bullshit. I think pay to
advocate here. Again, I'm not an artist. I don't do this. This is what you see me on is what I do. In my opinion, I kind of do think it's a little bullshit to have to pay to play, but I understand it. Yeah. In a sense of like a business aspect, because you can bring in a lot of people. You can bring in all these big spenders, but it's not always guaranteed. So it's almost like a cover to the venue, to everyone else. And especially if you have like a bigger artist coming that's like the headliner, they're using you little artists to cover that price for the headliner, because they probably won't make ticket sales.
Hold on. Sorry. I have to interject here.
Hey, fair, go ahead.
Here's the thing. None of us are little.
Okay, no, that's fair.
We built this shit from the ground up. Like, this shit, the hip hop community in Salt Lake started in somebody's downstairs basement.
Oh yeah, 100%.
We are not little. We are the people that provided the platform for artists that are rappers to stop looking at Salt Lake City as an LDS hub and think that we had hip hop here that was able to be performed. Tech Nine says this is one of his favorite places to come. You see rappers who have never come here before who come here. And they're like, I will definitely be back. We are not little. We are the ones that built this shit up so that people thought they could bring hip hop here. Yeah. If it wasn't for the local and underground artists in the Salt Lake City hip hop scene, there would not be a hip hop scene here.
No, you're very right.
So it again, and I'm gonna let you finish.
No, you're good though. I get
when it comes to pay to play, that is people being exploitive and wanting to line their own pockets for no good reason. Because I'm telling you, I'm a promoter. Okay, I've paid $300, $900 plus a $250 camera plus taking days off of work to pay my fucking rent to be able to put people on stages. Okay, to be able I'm losing these fucking earphones, to be able to do interviews, to be able to do those things. Okay, I had never at one point thought I am going to take money from them now. I need their money now. If I had a show and I was charging a $5 entry fee, hell yeah, I kept that money because that's like $175 out of just the venue price, which was $350 or more. Metro, $1,200 for a weekend date. Okay? Same thing with Kilby Court, same thing with Urban Lounge. At no point when I was doing any of those shows did I ever say, all right, now I need your money. I need your money. Why? Why would I need anybody's money? That, in my opinion, would I think that I'm so above people to make it so that it doesn't even matter if I bring a headliner? Because in my opinion, if you're going all that way, right? Like if you're gonna go all out of that way, I'll tell you one thing. I'm not trying to talk shit, so don't quote me, okay? But like I ain't never heard of Cap G until last weekend. Okay, there's a whole. I'm not talking shit, but I am saying. There are artists out here that we don't know them. Yeah. Not everybody knows Caskey. When they were trying to do pay to play for Caskey, not everybody knows him, okay? Then on top of the money that you want me to pay you, you're going to expect me to be doing all this shit for you. Yeah. Like I work for you. And then at the end of it all, I'm not even getting paid. Just think about it, okay? Like, yes, like I said, pay to play can be strategic. But the people who do the pay to play shit, they like think they're like gods or some shit. We understand that you're working hard to bring these artists here. We get it. But we should all be working together to help make your show a big deal so that way everybody gets paid. That's how it should go. People who do pay to play, I'm sorry, but I just think they're expletive as fuck. It's stupid. Because if you think of us as littler than you, then you go book some openers from a different state and have them do it. Have them work for it, and then you'll be paying them. Why? Because no artist in their right mind wants to pay to be on any Salt Lake City, Utah stage. I promise.
Not at these same clubs that we go into every weekend. Like, that shit is just...
Not to do local shit.
Very exploitative.
I'm sure that, like, there's... Like, if Kendrick Lamar was like, yo, Salt Lake City rappers, who wants to be on my show? Yeah. But that's the other thing that a lot of people don't talk about is, like, when we have these bigger artists coming here... Like the High Festival, I know for a fact that they refuse locals, okay? I have a very good source of information when it comes to that. We have asked for locals on the show before. Yeah. They will not put locals on the High Festival. Why? We don't know. But at the end of the day, we know that that the people who are in these heightened positions, they are also not helping the local scene.
No.
You know what I mean? So
they're trying to profit off you guys.
Is like, and also, dude, we're all in our 30s and shit, man. We should all be having like a way higher like rate of like respect in the underground scene just in general. That's how I feel. But do you know why, in my opinion, that we don't have that is because people are trying to gatekeep shit. Nobody wants to work together. If we all work together more, we would be making a lot bigger moves.
No, you're right on that. I definitely think like because Utah is one of those places that there's a lot of hate going on, like subliminal hate. One thing I have noticed, I'm not from Utah. I just moved here maybe 10 plus years ago. So I've been here for a minute. But something I have noticed is people will smile in your face, tell you they like everything you do, say they support you, and then whole time they're talking shit about you. Oh, it's never going to get off the ground. They're never going to be successful, this and that. I'm just using them for whatever reason. And I mean, obviously that happens everywhere, but I feel like here it's very prominent. and we can see it. Like,
Yeah.
you can see when y'all are fake supporting these artists. We can see when you are sitting here hyping them up, but you want to talk to your homeboy and be like, oh, they not shit. Your homeboy is friends with people we know.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude.
it's coming back to us every single time.
I literally got off stage one time and watched these two guys like right in front of me. Like I walked right in between them while they were talking shit about my performance. But then, of course, afterwards they came up and they were like, yo, you did great. Here's the thing. It's okay if you don't like me. I don't care if like you don't fuck with my music, but at the end of the day, talent is talent, okay? Talent is talent. You can not fuck with me all day long. You could be a shaking ass bitch. I don't give a fuck. I don't care what you do.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about is me. This is my message. This is what I do. And in my opinion, some of our greatest have said, I just stopped giving what people think.
Yeah.
I just stopped caring what other people were saying, what other people were thinking about my shit. Cool.
It's not for them. It's for you.
My shit isn't for you.
Right.
My shit is for me.
Right.
You know, like at the end of the day, I wouldn't care if I lost all my followers off Instagram today. You have no, dude, I lost hella followers when I dropped ABG. It's up and down now since, but I feel like people are starting to realize that I'm gonna say what I say and do what I do. And like, this is Pho3nix Child over anything, even Salt Lake.
That's how it should be.
This is my hometown. I want to see this place blow up, but at the end of the day, this is me.
That's how it should be. That's how everyone should be. With that, I do want to just we're going to get to a little bit of an ending here. I want to get you back on, though. I love how articulate you are and how much conviction you have with what you're speaking. You can tell it's not for a camera. It's not fake. You really feel this, and I love that. Before we go, though, I do want to see if there's anyone you want to give shout-outs to. Same with you, too. I want to get your guys' ads, where we could follow you at. And then a little message to either your future self or any artists that are future self, past self, or any artists that are working to want to be where you guys are at.
Yeah, you can find me at RoPoet93 on Instagram, RoPoet, TikTok, everywhere, you know, YouTube, Facebook, whatever. I just like to give a shout out to Pho3nix Child. You did awesome in this interview, fam. Let's go.
Yes, and we're going to get him on his own episode here soon, so stay tuned. That'll probably be on Show Life TV.
For me, I guess it's at the Pho3nix Child on everything. Don't spell it wrong, please.
We'll put it in the description.
You can catch me around. I've got a battle coming up with Mike Masters on April 19th. That's going to be pretty cool. I guess my message to all rappers in Salt Lake is just keep doing you. Like, I don't even care if you're Lil Brazy. Keep doing you. Just make sure it's your authentic ass message, and make sure that you're not letting people stand in the way of you feeling like you can be the best artist you can be, because music is art, and we all need to remember that we're artists above clout chasing, celebrity trying to be, money trying to get ass people.
Yes.
We're artists first and foremost.
She is right. And with that being said, I will see you guys next time on Girl Talk 801. I can't wait to see these views on this, the conversations in the comments. If you guys have any suggestions on who else you want to see on this podcast, or if you guys just want to talk shit and get on the podcast, let me know. I'm down for that. I like to sip tea and gossip. But I love y'all. I'll see you later. Peace out. Girl Talk 801.